Welcome to the 245 podcast, which that is the distance in miles between the University of Northwestern St. Paul and Dordt University in Sioux Center, Iowa. I am Micah. I go to the University of Northwestern St. Paul. At Dordt University, Josh Cruz.
That's me. I am currently in Sioux Center, 245 miles away from UNWSP.
We are calling Josh. Me and Joy are in the studio. Josh is on the phone with us. It's going to be a good time. We are just going to be talking a little bit about how the podcast started, what it means, and kind of what we're going to be talking about in the near future. But before we do that, I'm going to give a little introductions about ourselves so you guys can get to know us. My name is Micah Clark. I am a sophomore at Northwestern. I am a media production major, emphasis in film, minor in marketing and entrepreneurship. I've been making some films the last couple of years of college. I am ready to do that again this year, and I'm excited to do this podcast. I live in Minneapolis, Minnesota, so I actually live about 10 minutes away from home currently here on campus, so I get to go home often. I have two sisters. I'm the oldest, and that's a little bit about me. Joey, you wanna talk a little bit?
Absolutely. I'm Joey. I am a pastoral ministry major here at Northwestern. I'm a sophomore. I room with Mike and Mitch in AK this year, 305. Stop by if you want an epic party.
Whoa, you're really just giving out that information.
Shoot, I forgot.
Yeah, edit that part
Pete
out.
Solo might listen to this podcast and be like, nah, that won't fly.
No, seriously, go visit them. Their room is hype.
It is. Yeah, because we got a bedroom and a normal room. So it's pretty pog.
Full apartment for 3 people.
Yeah, it's kind of, yeah. Josh can talk about his dorm situation later. My family lives in Blaine. I have 2 younger brothers. So me and Mike are both the oldest, the best. Obviously, those stupid middle children. Man, I'm telling you, those are the worst.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know really else what to say. That's all I got. That's all they need to know about me. I'm definitely the best looking one in the group.
Oh, yeah. And we don't need to, confirm that in any way because this is all audio.
Yeah.
Works out really well for you, Joey.
See, they'll never know.
Joey has a face for radio.
Classic podcast joke.
I was literally thinking about making that joke at some point.
Joey has a face for radio.
That's perfect. Yeah. Okay, close us out on intros, Josh.
Yeah, I'm Josh Cruz. I am not in the podcast studio. I'm in my own podcast studio, I guess, which is also my dorm room. I go to Dordt University. I'm studying mechanical engineering, and I enjoy studying and music, and those are the 2 things I do at college. And yeah, I went to high school with Mike and Joey, still keep in touch, hence the podcast. And wait, what else did you guys say? My room is 109 North Hall, first floor, west. You can also stop by, but yeah. What else?
Siblings.
Oh, I got one brother. He goes to Dordt as well. He's in the nice Kuiper apartments, which are honestly more comparable to where Mike and Joey are living in AK. My dorm is half the size of one of their rooms. I want to do a square footage calculation and figure out the ratio of sizes. But anyways, my dorm is small, but it's cozy. That's what I got going for me. One brother here at Dordt, one brother back at home, still in high school, going to Avail where we all went to high school. And my parents are teachers there. And yeah, that's it. Introductions, check.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that's something we didn't talk about is the fact that we all went to high school together.
Yeah, that's probably really important to the podcast.
Yeah, because otherwise you're going to be really confused.
I did not meet these fools online, and now we're friends.
Yeah, we played Minecraft together and now we're friends.
Josh went to Avail since he was in kindergarten, Joey since 5th grade, and I came in 9th grade. And we're actually going to be having some other friends from high school on probably kind of often. One you'll be hearing is Mitchell Pfeiffer, going to be coming on the podcast sometimes. And in our next few episodes when we talk about high school. So that'll be super exciting, super fun. Can't wait for you guys to meet him.
Oh, and also Evan. Evan also goes here, but he only went to high school with us freshman and sophomore year, so maybe he'll be able to drop by on those.
But he was at Avail since
Yes,
kindergarten.
that's true. So yeah. Josh and Evan
But,
have
yeah.
been going to school together.
He'll be dropping
forever.
by, especially for probably a couple of our high school episodes as well. It'll be fun to have him on here and talk about our high school experience together and just being at a small school. So
We should probably talk about why we're doing this all.
Yeah, go for it, Joe.
Yeah, I can start. You guys just jump in whenever you feel like it. So last year, Mike was a media student, so he was around here and stuff, and he told us about the podcasting studios and how sick they were. And then we kind of just threw it out there, like, hey, maybe we should start a podcast. But we maybe said that twice, and then literally nothing ever came of it.
yeah,
Then this year, while I was landscaping, and side note, me and Josh landscape together all summer, so we get real sick of each other. So that's why he goes to Dort.
I never get sick of Joey.
Yeah, sure. But we had the amazing opportunity to mow together, like 12 hours of mowing straight. The brains.
Guys, that is the most bonding experience you'll ever have with someone, I think.
and they probably said about 3 words to each other all day because you can't really talk while you're mowing.
This is true, but it's just the time shared together, like cutting grass.
Yeah, it's bonding.
It's emotional.
That is true. Because you go through like all the cycles of like brain deterioration.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm telling you.
Everyone's clicking away
Deterioration.
right now. If you're still here at this moment, I'm
Brain
very proud of you.
deterioration
Yeah.
while lawn mowing.
Because I'm telling you, right around when like 6 o'clock rolls around, you have like 3 brain cells left that are functioning. So me and Josh have some good times driving home at
I'm sure you do.
9 o'clock.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Okay, quick side note. Sometimes we drive home. We did this, I think, twice or 3 times this summer. And we drive Joey's little car. Her name is Edna. She's a beast. But Joey will control the pedals because he's like obviously driving. But then I just reach over and do the steering wheel. And it works out. That's what happens after you mow a whole day together. You just have that bond that you can double drive.
That's the bonding.
Josh, you really shouldn't say stuff that could possibly get us in prison on the first episode. I was thinking maybe like the 5th one.
Dude, no, that's not getting us in prison. Who's gonna prove it?
That's not like they have an audio file of it or anything.
They weren't there.
Yeah, that's true. We could be just making this up for fun. But anyways, so I think like before I went on vacation for something, just one night, I just had a random idea like, hey, I should start a podcast. That'd kind of be fun. I was thinking of just like doing it for like ministry stuff and just having people on talk about ministry. But then the next day was mowing day. Oh, no, I thought about it all over vacation. I made a huge Notion table. We'll have a separate podcast for Notion for sure. But I was just thinking about like ideas, people I want to have on and stuff. But I was just thinking about it. And then I was like, hey, I should probably get like a microphone and just like mess around with it. So I asked Josh if he had a mic, and he said I could. And then he started asking me about it. I was like, hey, yeah, I'm kind of thinking about like starting a podcast. And then he was like, we should call Micah and tell him about it. And then as soon as I called Micah and told him the idea, he was like, yes, we should do a podcast together.
Because I'd been thinking the same exact thing. I was like, I really want to start a podcast. I was like, with the boys would be so fun. So Joey called me and I was like, heck yes, let's do it.
And here we are.
And here we are.
All because of that phone call. And how many times has this failed already? We've tried it just once. We couldn't get in the building.
Once we couldn't get in the building for some reason. It was before school started, so I think it wasn't open or something. And then we've had a couple other times where schedules have not worked, but we finally made it in tonight.
Well, we also tried today earlier, and it didn't work.
Well, it didn't work for Joey because he's not a media production student. I think that's the reason why I was able to get in. I mean, it has to be. There's no other way because I was able to get in with my ID and he wasn't. So
Mike is special.
Yeah, they program those IDs very specifically.
Yeah, because like depending on your residence, like you can only get in certain doors.
Like I can't get in the side doors of the freshman building. I can only get in the main doors. But last year I could, obviously, because I was in the freshman building.
But that's the story, kind of how we got started. So this is the first episode. This one's just real chill. We're just talking about how we got this started, a little bit about ourselves, and then I think the next 4 we're gonna try to do one for each year of high school, just because like we were all together, doing that, I think that'll be a really good time.
We want to reminisce.
We want to reminisce.
That one we're going to be bringing on some guests. Hopefully we'll be bringing on Evan probably for one of the first 2 episodes because he was there freshman and sophomore year. And then Mitch probably on a couple of those as well. So maybe we can convince one of our other high school classmates to come on too for one of them.
Oh my goodness.
We'll have to talk about that.
If we sent something out to the Discord,
I'm sure
hey,
someone would have.
who wants to come on our podcast to talk about high school, we'd get some good responses.
Yep.
So many takers.
We should talk a little bit more about the name, maybe.
Yeah, I can take that. Mike kind of explained at the beginning, but I think we were in my basement and we were just brainstorming more about the podcast because it was like a few days after we had made that legendary phone call. And Mike was like, yes, let's do it. And we were just talking and brainstorming names. And Mike, did you have the idea?
For the name, yeah, I thought of it.
Yeah, I think it was you. He was like, what's the distance between Dordt and Northwestern? And then we like Google mapped it and it's exactly 245 miles. So that's the meaning because I'm in Dordt, they're in Northwestern, 245 miles in between us at this very moment.
According to Google Maps.
Yes, and I would like to make a very little special note. So this is our first podcast. So if you're listening to this, you get a very special detail. We are going to lie to you the rest of the podcast. Every single episode, we're going to introduce the podcast. Welcome to the 245 podcast. And then we are going to make something up with that number. So for example, welcome to the 245 podcast. That's how far my love for Josh stretches. Something like that.
245 what, Joey? How many units of 245 does your love stretch for me?
Light years.
Love years.
No, you didn't.
Yikes. Okay.
Oh, that was so cringe, Mike.
No, that was beautiful. Thank you.
If you're listening to this, then know that don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone because then everyone will be super confused, but you'll have the inside knowledge. But just wanted to throw that out there.
After we thought of the name 245, the obvious next step was cover art because that's like the most important thing about a podcast, right? I played around with the name and I think, let me pull it up. We landed on just a big 245 and it's kind of split down the middle because we're separated by 245 miles. And on the left is a picture. Let me pull it up. The left is a picture of beautiful hay bales in Iowa, and it's a picture I took. So it is genuine Iowa hay bales.
Oh, yeah. I love those genuine Iowa hay bales.
Yeah, it's not just a stock photo, guys. Not any old hay field. It's probably within a 20-mile radius of where I'm sitting right now. And then the right side is just classic sunset in one of the 10,000 lakes in good old Minnesota. So that's the art. I'm kind of proud of it. Joey thinks it's okay,
No, I think it's good.
and Mike was all in.
I am all in.
I'm just a big fan of dark mode, but
Yeah, Joey was aiming for the black background, and he got vetoed by me and Mike.
that's
Yep.
all right. I'm glad we have 3 people because then we can always come to a
We can make decisions so easily.
Let's talk about this last part because this will be really interesting. What we each think. Let's start with Mike. Mike, what are your hopes and dreams for the podcast?
My hopes and dreams are, I think it's great that we can just have a chance to sit down, talk with each other. That doesn't always happen when we have busy schedules, especially with Josh being, especially with Josh being at Dordt. That is harder to do. And even for me and Joey here, it's hard to just sit down and talk. And I think sitting down and talking about specific topics that we're going to be talking about, like some are going to be more lighthearted, some are going to be deeper, some are going to be theological, some are going to be just super interesting topics that maybe you wouldn't normally have in a non-podcast situation. So I'm just excited that we get to have this conversation and that maybe some people get to come along the ride with us and listen to that. And we got a really good list of potential topics and guests that we want to have on the podcast. So I'm super excited about that. Super excited about getting this rolling and getting it out on online.
Josh, hit him with some knowledge.
some knowledge. Let me think. I think I was more just, I mean, I'm excited to like discuss certain things, but also it's just a cool way to stay in touch with you guys. It's a cool way to hopefully, I mean, you guys have a list of a lot of people that I don't even know. So like just learning new things from new people is fun. I think we're going to have some classmates of theirs that I probably haven't even met on. So that'll be cool. Get some different perspectives on things. What's our vision? Like, I feel like I don't want to be tied into a certain thing, so I'm excited to try out different things, some interviews with people, some just having fun and telling stories, talking, learning about each other's lives. Yeah.
Yeah. I would echo some of the stuff you guys said. I mean, when I was first thinking about like doing my own, I mean, the two things that I wanted to get better at, number one, just like communicating with people. That's ironic. I just stumbled over the word.
I would love to be good at communication.
Yeah. Just having like conversations with people, because I think so much of like ministry and the role that I would want to do would be mostly just like meeting with people, doing counseling. But I think it's been really interesting, like at college, like freshman year, you meet all these people for the first time. It's been interesting to like learn more about them and them get more comfortable with me and me get more comfortable with them. And you kind of build that trust. Like that's not something I've had to do since like 5th grade with you guys. And like you guys have been my friends since high school. So I didn't have to make new friends until coming to college. So that'll be interesting. I think learning more, I think we'll have some really cool guests on. And I think people have really good lessons that you can learn from that you might not normally hear about or hear them talk about. But if you can put them in a room for an hour and they just have to sit there and talk and have a conversation, you can learn some pretty sick things. But yeah, I didn't even think about how good of an opportunity this is to just like stay in touch, especially with Josh. Being at Dordt and everything, but that'll be another sick benefit of it.
And don't feel like we're gonna be only having these like deep topics. We're gonna be having some fun topics, just having conversations with each other, and we're maybe gonna do some random topic generators. So if you're a college student and you like hanging out with college students, I hope that you kind of feel like you're able to hang out with us while we're in the podcast. So hopefully you can relate to us, and I hope that it's entertaining and that you can learn some cool things that we're hoping to learn as well. So that's one really cool thing I'm excited for, and I hope you guys are excited for that as well. And just getting to come alongside some 3 new friends of yours and listening to us talk and learn new things along with you. So hopefully that is entertaining and good for you guys.
Mm-hmm. I'm interested to see where like this goes. Like if people will listen to it, like if it would be really cool if even just like people from Northwestern or people from Dordt would listen to it, and then you could just talk about the podcast with people on campus. I think that would be sick.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are going to become UNW famous.
Yeah, I don't know anyone that actually like is doing something like this. So I think it's cool that we're getting to do this, and maybe we'll start something new. Maybe we'll have fun with it.
Mm-hmm. That's what it's all about. We're not in it for the money because
we're making none.
Because there is no money.
Because there is none.
Yep, we're just paying a lot of money to have access to this equipment.
Yes, that's a real reason we went to college, guys, to just get access to the studio.
Yep.
All right, but before we finish this up, very important question and very pertinent, I would say. Micah, where were you today?
Today I was at the state fair.
And where are you going tomorrow?
The state fair.
So this question has an impact. Well, not an impact, but it pertains to both of those events. So today you probably tried some food, right?
I had some food. I had a lot of food.
What is your favorite food at the state fair that you have tried?
Man, that is a difficult question. I have to say, I got to go with the cheese curds. I mean, I've always been a fan of the cheese curds. I also really like the corn. I'd say those 2 are my favorites. Get them every year. I'll probably get both of them again tomorrow. So Those two are my favorites. I always get the garlic cheese curds at the cheese curds stand that is right by the giant slide. So if you guys have been to the Minnesota State Fair, you know what I'm talking about. Delicious, super good, super cheap. Just kidding. Nothing at this fair is cheap. But that's probably my favorite food at the state fair.
Mike, how long have you been going to the state fair?
Since I was born.
Oh, geez.
We haven't gone every year. But we've gone. I'd say I've gone 8 to 10 times since I was born. So not every year, but every couple of years.
'Cause I've only gone like 2 or 3 times. But
Really? Oh, you've only been here since 5th grade.
Yeah, I've only
even
been
then.
here.
That surprises me.
Yeah, we just don't go a lot. What I would say for that is I usually get a foot-long hot dog.
Oh,
That's Boston. And then like a lemonade just hits different at the fair. And then you got to get Sweet Martha's cookies. They're just incredible. And
fun fact: I have never had
no,
a Sweet Martha's cookie.
no.
Mike, you've gone to the fair 10 times and you've never had Sweet Martha's cookies.
How? It's literally the most popular thing at the fair.
Tomorrow, I'm going to be getting a Sweet Martha's cookie.
Can you bring us back some?
We'll see.
Mike, can you ship some to Dort?
I will ship some cookies to Dort for you, Josh.
Please don't, actually, because Sweet Martha's cookies are only good because they're like full of butter and they would just be bricks by the time they got here.
No, you can just reheat them. I heard someone today say that if you reheat Sweet Martha's cookies at 400 degrees in an air fryer, they will taste like you just got them.
See,
from the stand.
I heard you.
I actually believe that.
I heard you put a little bit of butter on top of them and put them in the microwave, and then they taste the same.
This is some random person at the fair that I heard say that, so take that as you will.
Not confirmed.
But it sounds like it would work.
Man,
Yeah, it does sound legit.
we are really helping the people out. This is an educational podcast.
Yeah, you can use this next year when you go to the state fair, or if you have some state fair cookies left after like weeks and weeks. But that works. Anything works. Josh, what is your favorite state fair food from Minnesota?
Well, I'm going to start with a cop-out. It's not a cop-out answer. It's just something you need to get. You need to get the milk.
I love the milk.
Yeah, so it's just like the milk booth. I think they might have changed this policy since last time I went there, but you pay like $1 or $2 for a cup and then it's just unlimited refills while you're standing there. So I would just go and chug like 6 glasses of chocolate milk and I wouldn't be able to walk after that, but the milk is so good. It's incredible.
It's so good.
Mike, how much milk did you drink today?
Okay, so each cup is 12 ounces. I had 4 cups, which is 48 ounces, which
Good math.
is a little over half a gallon. When I was younger, when I was 13, I remember in 2016, I drank 6 cups of those milk, 6 cups of that chocolate milk. So I think I'm just not able to drink or eat as much as I used to be able to because I find that with a lot of things now. But I think just me getting older.
6? That's a ton. Was it all chocolate?
Yeah, I've never gotten just the white milk from that stand. Only chocolate. It's my favorite drink. That is a fun fact about me. Chocolate is my favorite.
Fun fact, yeah. Mike literally has a shirt about chocolate milk.
Yeah, I do.
He got it as a gift, though.
I did get it.
What does it say again?
Every day is a chocolate milk day.
Yeah. Joey, I don't think it's a disclaimer that he got it as a gift. I think it's just a testament to how much he loves it. Like, it's well known.
Yeah, you're actually right about that. Yeah, because someone witnessed how much chocolate milk he drinks.
Yeah, like
Yep.
if you just buy a chocolate milk shirt, it's like, yeah, like sure, you like it. But if someone else gets it, like it's got to be pretty big.
Or you have a addiction, which I don't.
Yeah, you may have a slight problem, Mike.
It's just delicious. It's a delicious beverage.
And they've been out at the Commons for like all week. It's awful.
Oh, I hate when they're out of chocolate milk at our main dining center.
Man, we just ran the biggest, most successful ad for Northwestern I've ever heard in my life.
Okay, they are rarely out of chocolate milk, but the days they are, those are sad days. I have to get water.
Man, Mike, I really feel for you drinking water instead of chocolate milk. That's tough. Well, that was like my just basic answer. I think there was one time I went to this, it's like a small, just kind of by the wayside smoothie shop, and I got, I think, just a regular strawberry smoothie, but it was a really good smoothie. And I'm sorry, I don't know like where it was. I was going to say this, Mike, you should go try it tomorrow, but I don't know what it was, but probably a combination of a hot day, being hot, being hungry, being surrounded by unhealthy, fatty, fried foods, and just nice, cold smoothie. It hit. It was good.
All right, well, with that, we're going to wrap up the 245 podcast. First episode done, the origin story. And we have actually an email for you guys. If you guys ever have suggestions for topics and or feedback on the podcast, we would love to hear it. That email is going to be 2.4.5.podcast@gmail.com, and 245 are spelled out. So TWO.FOUR, etc., etc. You guys get the deal. 2.4.5.podcast@gmail.com. We would love to hear what you guys think, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode. See you guys later.
See ya.
Peace out, gangsters.
See ya.